Tom Cruise is back and ready for action in what might be the most impossible mission yet. Shot partially here in Vienna, Austria, the team's future as a covert spy organization is in jeopardy, but still, they have to save the day in Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. When we say that you're directing Tom Cruise and he's a producer, what's it like being a partner with Tom Cruise?
You're working with the biggest movie star in the world, and you're working with the accumulated knowledge of every director that he's ever worked with. So there's a really great spirit of collaboration and discovery.
There were no stupid questions, and with him and Christopher McQuarrie, they're like hand and glove. One starts, the other one finishes the sentence. It's phenomenal.
He cares so much, I love him because he cares. I look at him sometimes and I just think, damn it, if people knew how much you care about their experience in the cinema. He's so committed to making good films and making them sort of authentic and real. He literally risked his life for this movie.
In this film, we see you on the side of an airplane. And I want everyone to know that we see you on the side of an airplane. There's not CG, there's not a stuntman. That's Tom Cruise hanging off the side of an airplane.
Yeah, that's it. That was me. On the side of an A400. I did it 8 times. The sequence that Chris McQuarrie designed is really entertaining, and I did it. A little, intense, very intense.
Every time I've covered you on a red carpet, you have spent so much time with the fans. Why is that important?
I make movies for them. This is such a, and a premiere should be a celebration of, not just my movies, but movies and what we love about them.
And I get to squeeze into the tux.
That's it, man. We got our tux on now in Vienna. Come on.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Nice.
That's what we're here.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate your time.
Great to see you.
Hey, how you doing? This is Jeremy Renner. You're watching Made in Hollywood. Here's a scene from Rogue Nation.
You have to get through 12 feet of concrete and 70,000 gallons of pressurized water without any metal.
No oxygen tanks. Benji, stand by to receive.
Ethan, you ready?
I think you have the ability to say no to things.
Yes.
So you said yes to this, to coming back. Why?
Yes. Well, there's no reason to say no, ultimately. Yeah, there's no reason to say no. If they want to do another one, yeah, I'm in. I love it. This is a fun movie to make. Great people to be around,
I never realized I would have such an extended tenure in these movies. I did the third one. J.J. Abrams called me because he'd seen Shaun of the Dead and was like, hey, do you want to be in this film? And I was like, yes, please. Not thinking it would ever be anything more than a cameo in one film. The idea of playing a character again, having played him for almost 10 years, was such an exciting prospect. He's a different guy to what he was in Mission Impossible 3.
If you haven't opened that hatch after 2.5 minutes, we're both dead.
No.
Ethan, do you copy? Ethan, abort! Abort now!
Take me to the beginning of this whole process. How did this happen for you?
Tom and I were working on Edge of Tomorrow with Doug Liman and Emily Blunt, and we were working on the script one night, and he said, you should direct the next Mission Impossible. He said, would you want to do it? And I said, oh, yeah, maybe, of course. And he left the room, came back 10 minutes later with the phone in his hand, and he said, okay, you're directing Mission Impossible. That was pretty much it.
Whoa. Are you okay to drive? A minute ago you were dead.
What are you talking about?
This is not going to end well.
I feel like the guy who's hardest on Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
So like when the stunts come up, he tells himself he has to do them all.
Yeah.
Do you tell yourself, I don't have to sit in the car with you, maybe we can have a stunt guy do that?
No, because Tom has a knack of, he would never say to you, he would never express disappointment in you, but if you said, listen, Tom, I'm going to sit this one out, there'd be this little look in his eye that would be like, really?
I had vertigo. Massive vertigo. And I remember telling Tom and Chris, and they sort of looked at each other and went, great. First day will be rappelling off the Opera House rooftop. And I went, how?
He sets a really high bar for anyone and everyone. He inspires people to be the best that they can be. I've never met anybody quite like him.
Oh, hey, boys, what did I miss?
The first thing we talked about were all of the action sequences that we dreamed of doing. We wanted to do another car chase that sort of outdo what we had done in Jack Reacher. We knew we wanted motorcycles involved. We wanted to do motorcycles at a speed nobody had ever seen before. We knew we wanted to do an underwater sequence. I knew I wanted to do an opera sequence. And so we set out putting all those sequences in an order that we thought made sense, and then wrote a story around them.
Syndicate is real, and they know who we are.
You need cooling!
A rogue nation, trained to do what we do.
An anti-IMF.
They're coming after us with everything they've got.
What do you think the appeal, kind of like overall, the appeal of this franchise is for people like me and moviegoers?
It's a big spectacle movie, and it's global. It's always, you never know what's going to happen. You can never predict what's going to happen in these movies. The characters, I think, are, especially in this particular in Rogue Nation, are in the forefront. Will kind of ground the movie, but it's big and light the fuse, and people want to go see it.
Literally light the fuse.
Yeah, light the fuse.
This may be our last mission. Let's make it count.
Open the door!
Come on.
Yeah, I'm trying. Benji, open that door right now! Oh my God!
Made in Hollywood.